What's going on, guys? Today I got plays for Monday Night Football. We got college football Monday night. There is one more game left to close out week 1 of college football, and it is UNC versus TCU, Bill Belichick's debut. This game is actually pretty big. Right now, TCU are 3.5 favorites as I'm recording this the night before. We're going to talk about all the bets and the plays that I like going into this game. Before we do, I want to say if you guys could drop a like on this one, it would help me out a lot. Literally takes 2 seconds completely for us to go ahead and drop that like. And now I'm going to do something that most other YouTubers honestly don't do, which is recap your losses. People, when they lose on YouTube, I'll be watching other YouTubers, and I'm sure you guys watch other YouTubers as well. They don't really recap their losses. I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened in this game. And honestly, we really needed that Miami game to come through for us. It could have gone so many ways and we would have won. But unfortunately, basically everything didn't go our way, right? So going into this Miami game, I'm going to show you guys from the VIP standpoint, right? We had this Clemson duo already cashed out, and we were going in needing this Notre Dame duo. We needed Notre Dame to run the ball with their star running back, right? Which they just decided to not do for some reason. And then because they didn't run really very well at all in the first half, they were down by so much that they had to pass. So then we had run attempts over, pass completions under, and that one went opposite ways. Here, all we needed was for Carson Beck to get a few more yards, and at the end of the day, Notre Dame really wasn't able to challenge them that much. He didn't have to pass. If you guys watched that game, it was infuriating seeing how bad Notre Dame was at defending the run. And it's not like these Miami running backs are elite. Mark Fletcher's not like the next Saquon Barkley or whatever, but the Notre Dame defensive front was just terrible, right? So this play did not go our way. Thankfully, we do have this play, which is Carson Beck on the under right here. This actually greened out, even though it says the game's not over yet. And then this one was a very annoying one as well. This was coming through on rebet. And I went ahead and took Virginia Tech drones, green, and green here, 2 different greens, all on the over. So we had 3 plays for Virginia Tech, and then we paired that with 1 play for Notre Dame. All the Virginia Tech guys cashed in the afternoon, so we were 3 greens, right, sitting on a play that's paying over 10x, right, 9.25 or 925 plus 925. If you guys don't know, that comes out to 10.25x on PrizePicks or any other app that does it that way. Right? So we got Kyron Drones, Aiden Green, Donovan Green, all of these guys had greened out. All we needed was Jeremiah Love over 78.5 rushing yards. We got this at plus money, which is insane because at that same time on PrizePicks, his line was up at 84.5. So we're getting extra value here. And we went down, sat in front of the TV, was going to watch the game, watch, probably one of the best running backs in all of college football get the ball. That's all we needed for him was to get the ball. They ran the ball with Price a whole lot more in that first half. And Jeremiah Love really doesn't come up big for us. So we lost a little bit here. And that's honestly, I feel good about myself being honest on one of these YouTube videos. A lot of these YouTubers, all they do is just show their wins when they win. And then when they lose, they just move on to the plays for the day ahead. We're not about that. We are recapping every single day, win, loss, or draw. And thankfully, we do still have these 2 plays greened out. Hopefully, TCU can come through for us on the VIP. But that's not what you guys are here for. You're here for the plays for this game. We got 1 game and I got 2 plays for you. So let's go ahead and talk about them. First up, it's Gio Lopez, the quarterback for UNC, on the over at 30.5 rushing yards. So this one on the over, 30.5 rushing yards. What we need here is for him to do what he's been doing his entire career, which is run the football very well. We're going to go ahead and check out his stats right here. In this case, obviously he wasn't playing for UNC, right? But in this case, we look at his rushing stats from last year. He had 13 carries for 62 yards, 10 carries, 10 carries, 12 carries. And all I want you guys to look at is the carries right here. How many opportunities is he really getting and what's he making of those? And if we look at the 2 games where he didn't hit double digits rushing yards, what were those 2 games? Both of those 2 games were actually blowout victories, 87-10, and right down here, 35-14. So blowout victories, he's probably not going to play that much, so he's not going to get that many runs, right? In games, especially close games, right? Against teams that are better than that. Right here, LSU, that game wasn't that close, but they kept it, decent. He was able to go over right here. In this game, very close game, 18-16, he was able to go over right here at 54 yards, right? So in close games, when, the coach just knows, we're going to put the ball in Gio's hands and see what he can do, he usually goes over this line. 30.5 is a little bit low for me. I think this line should probably be up closer to 35 or 37 or 38. So us getting it at 30.5 is great value. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the other play right here, which is Josh Hoover. I like Josh Hoover on the under right here for a lot of reasons. So number one, this line is just insanely high, right? And he could go ahead and prove me wrong and get 300 plus yards, right? That's totally possible. But we got to remember this is week one, right? We've seen a lot of sloppy play basically throughout the whole weekend, right? Look at Ohio State, Texas. Everybody was betting those overs, right? Even though it was, 50 yards less than this, right? Arch Manning and Julian Sayin were sitting around that 220, 230 range. Everybody was betting their overs. And what happened? There was one or two slow quarters in the first half, and then instantly we knew there's no chance these guys were hitting their overs, right? For that game, it was actually basically 4 slow quarters, right? That game never really got off the ground. But for other games, you can even see, right? I'm going to show you one of the games from today, which is, well, this Miami-Florida game is a perfect example, right? Carson Beck right here, it was a very slow first quarter, right? No scores in the first quarter. Carson Beck doesn't really get that many passing yards. I think he got like 40 or 50. And then at the end of the day, he couldn't get over his line of 241 or whatever it was because there was a slow quarter, and that kind of just killed the rest of the game. With a line all the way up at 288, sometimes at 290 plus, basically what you need is for all 4 quarters to be high scoring or at least decently scoring games where you're getting a very solid drive in every single time. That might not be the case in this game. And why do I say it's week one? Because in week one, a lot of teams play more sloppily, right? The edges aren't really crisp. Nothing has really been cleaned up right here. You guys basically saw that throughout the whole thing. Another perfect example, Lenoris Sellers, right? His line was up at 225 before this game. And what happened? There were actually, the whole first half was pretty slow. Well, I'm going to say their first drive was very fast. And then their next 7-8 drives were very, very slow. After that, he didn't pick up very many yards. At the very end of the game, he got a long pass. But even then, right? This is what I'm trying to say. If you start kind of slow, even at the end, if you're, really clicking and hitting on all cylinders, you're not going to go ahead and hit that line because you've already lost so much time in the game, right? So all we really need here in order to take Josh Hoover on the under, I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's an elite player. We loved taking him last year on the over. He needs him and the receivers and the offensive line and the entire system need, at least more than 1 week, a week or two, to really get into that mode where they're just completely clicking, and then first 3 drives, they're all going to be very solid plays. That's probably not what we're going to see here. And you got to remember, they're going up against the best coach in football history, right? Bill Belichick is no slump. There's nothing to say about that, right? Nothing more to say there. You guys should know the name. But Josh Hoover on the under right here, I do like it. He could still go for 270 yards, have a great game. TCU wins, 35 to 25. That's still very possible, right? He could still go for 270 yards, 280 yards, 285 yards, and still go on the under. That's just how high this line is. And these are my 2 favorite plays. Before you guys head out, I want to show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and lock this in, right? I'm putting down $100 to win $300. This is on PrizePicks, but I'm not locking in on PrizePicks. I'm playing smarter than that, and I'm going over to an app called Rebet, where you can literally lock in the 2 exact same plays. Gio Lopez on the over on rushing yards. And we're actually getting a little bonus here. Josh Hoover on the under at 290 passing yards instead of 288, right? So it's a better line right here. We're putting $100 down. We're getting 348, so basically 350. We are literally getting paid $50 more for the exact same play. If you guys see this now and go ahead and lock this play in on PrizePicks, you've absolutely lost your mind because this app is paying you more for the exact same play. And I got good news for you. This app is basically almost guaranteed to be available in your state. This app is called Rebet. This map is not updated. This map right here is the updated one. I just keep that one up there because this one looks hella blurry. But if you're in any of these orange states, California, Texas, New York, all these guys are available. Ohio available. Basically every single state in the U.S. except for Nevada, Ohio, and Michigan. Or not Ohio, Idaho. I keep saying that. You guys should be good to sign up for this app. And if you guys sign up with code BAM, hit the link in the pinned comment, right? So I'm going to put the link in the pinned comment. Go ahead, click on that link, sign up. Min deposit is $10. So go ahead and just put $10 in or whatever the heck you want. It'll match your deposit up to $100. So I tell you to match that out, right? Completely max that out. But it is up to you. Just deposit at least $10. After signing up with the link in the pinned comment, you will get a free month of VIP picks. So I send out VIP picks to you guys every single day, every single weekend. And we are just starting September. The NFL season is starting. College football is going into week 2. VIP is probably more valuable than ever right now. So you guys can get on an app that pays you more, sign up with code BAM, which helps me out a little bit, and then get a free month of VIP for just doing this one thing. It'll take you the next 5 minutes. hit the link in the pinned comment, sign up for rebet, and once you guys do that, make sure to text me afterwards or just put a comment below. I'll get back to you, and then we'll get you on the VIP. That's all I got for the video, guys. One more time, these are my 2 plays for the day. Let's have a great Monday.